Alright. So now I'm going to give you my record-breaking champs tactics as well as my elite division tactics. They are the same. They don't change from competition to competition. They are the same tactic that I use in elite division, or that I used to get to elite division and to get my new record in champs. And this is now the 4-4-1-1 second variation. I don't know if there's even a first variation in this game, but yeah. This is insane. It's got me so far in the game, and it's actually got me to do the impossible, and that is to actually enjoy the game. I haven't enjoyed FC25 until I started using these, not only because I start winning, but because it plays well to my playstyle. And what a lot of people don't understand in this FIFA, and in many other FIFAs before it, is that some tactics that pros use, that creators use, aren't made for everyone. And that's why I give a disclaimer, as my viewers know. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. So this is purely just my opinion, my take, what works for me. And hopefully it will work for some of y'all. Because I'm going to be honest, it won't work for all of y'all, because no one plays the same playstyle. As I said, 4-4-1-1 midfield. Our build-up is counter and our defensive approach is high. The code is up there. I'll also make it huge for you to see right now. And yeah, let's just take a deep dive into it right now. So, as I said, 4-4-1-1, counter, high. Yeah, counters just to have them move forward. At first, in the beginning of the game, I hated this because I felt that I was just not able to defend when other people were countering against me. But I feel that my actual player roles now mitigate that, and I've become a lot better with it. It's either a skill issue that I've just gotten better at, or it's the tactics. It's either one. So, firstly, your striker is on advanced forward, complete. Why complete and not attack? Purely because with a forward like Rashford that has pace, that has dribbling, that has shooting, passing, everything, complete is the right thing to do, purely because he makes so much more runs, not just down the middle, but to the left side, to the right side. He's unpredictable for opponents. Many opponents think your striker is just going to go down the middle. Virgil van Dijk will just intercept him, but sometimes you may get a chance to go and attack the other defender that isn't Virgil van Dijk. So it's very versatile, it's very good, I enjoy it, and I do believe that it works with not only pacey forwards. I do recommend pacey forwards, but as I say, pace doesn't really mean that much in this game, so really any forward that can run, that isn't a Casemiro with like 38 pace, yeah, they'll be fine. I use Weghorst there and he only has like 89 pace, 88 pace, somewhere around there, but yeah. So now we move on to your cam. This is probably an obvious one, but there are two takes on it. I have two takes on it, actually 3 takes. It's actually crazy. I love the Playmaker ++. I love Playmaker. Whether it's a ++ or not, it doesn't matter. I do believe that pluses make a difference. Maybe some of you don't. But again, it's all just opinions at this point because it's EA, so nothing's really a fact. But yeah, Playmaker is a really good option, but there's also a second option, which is Shadow Striker. If you have a Cole Palmer, a Wayne Rooney, or anyone that has Shadow Striker, try it out. It's pretty much the same, just more attacking. Your cam will still retrieve the ball, but he'll make much more runs in behind. So a player like Rooney definitely thrives. I've tried it out. It was great. But there's also the Classic 10. Now with the Classic 10, it's interesting because I do not really feel the difference between Classic 10 and Playmaker. Besides the fact that Classic 10 is just more creative, but not necessarily in a good way. It's just more in the middle. They rarely make runs in behind. They rarely come back to like defend or support or gather the ball. They mainly just stay there in the middle. So some of y'all may like that. I personally enjoyed it for a time, but then Playmaker Plus, or just Playmaker, is just something else. It's my favorite one. Now with your RM and LM, it's pretty obvious. I mean, this is like the generic one. It's inside, forward, and balanced. You're not going to go attack because you want to, well, be balanced in your play. You want them to still be able to come back and defend, as well as go up and attack. Inside forward is obvious purely also because these left mid and right mid that I have, Elise and Sane, they have the finesse shot plus. And that is probably one of the most OP playstyles in the game. So you just want them cutting in. And now with your CMs, and this is where I think that this has helped my defending with the counter-attack tactic on, and it's the box-to-box role for both my CMs. I feel that they quite literally cover the entire midfield. You need, this is now me giving you advice for the type of play that you need. You need players with good attacking and defending. You can have one that is more attacking and one that's more defensive. But you could also have two very balanced ones like I have right here. Bellingham and Scholes. Neither of them have exceptional defending, nor do they have exceptional shooting. While Scholes does have better shooting stats, I also use him a lot to defend, because he still can defend, and he has good defensive stats. And this Bellingham doesn't have the best shooting stats, but has decent, if not good, defensive stats. So they are very balanced. They can literally do both. And I love them so much because they run my midfield completely. And people ask me, well, if it's CMs, don't you find it more difficult to defend? Don't you find that there's space in your midfield that people are uncovering, that are exploiting? And with the box-to-box, I don't think so. I don't feel it, because it's like, if you have midfielders with pace as well, need to have pace. If they have pace and good stamina, they are literally in attack, in defense so quickly. They transition so quickly that you are able to just bring them back so quickly. And also, if worse comes to worse, you can literally drag your playmaker manually into a more CM position to just defend while your CM is coming back into his position. So it works very well for me. I understand how to use it right now because I've been using it for like months. So yeah. Now, your left back and right back are on full back and defend. Why I have them on defend right now is because I was trying to go for elite and I felt that I was getting exploited too much on the wing. And so I thought, just put it at defend, because, I mean, if you want to attack with them, you can just manually make them run. But with the fullbacks that I have, they are very defensive. I had Mendy before I had Vardiol, and still, it was more of a defensive mindset. So it doesn't really have to have a fullback plus. I don't see the difference, honestly, because it's a simple job, just defend, and you're manually using them most of the time. But now with your centre backs, again, it's the same thing, the generic stuff, defender, defend for both of them. And your goalkeeper, I just say put them on whatever their plus is. Yeah, it's pretty simple with that one. And yeah, that is the tactic that I use to get elite, and also my new record in champs. And it's not just one-time record, it's multiple time. I've now been consistent in my rank, in rank 3, 12 wins or 13 wins, whichever one it is. I've been consistent in that, and it's been great. It's actually been a lot of fun to actually play the game right now.